the first country in the world to have launched the National Family Program in 1952. Over the decades, this program has undergone transformation in terms of policy and the actual program implementation, and currently being reposited to not only achieve the population stabilization goals, but also promote the reproductive health and reduce the maternal, infant, and child mortality and morbidity. So today I am going to tell you about how this program, what are the troubleshooting and the compliance to ensure in the family planning, why this family planning program and how it works is important. So family planning is basically a human right. Number one, access to voluntary family planning is a fundamental human right. Then choosing to have or not to have a child is also a human right. And decide freely whether to practice the family planning and which method to be used is also a human right. And learn about the availability, benefits, and the side effects of the family planning methods is also a human right. And every female, every woman be treated with respect, care, and attention. It's also a human right. So family planning is basically defined as having a freedom and a responsibility of all the couples and the individuals to decide the number of children they desire and having the knowledge, education, tools for this purpose. Everyone has the right to decide on the number of children, the timing of children without discrimination, violence, and oppression, to have a necessary information, and it facilitates for it to access the sexual and reproductive health services at the highest standard. So while deciding to have a child or not to have a child, we should go beyond discrimination, violence, and oppression. So again, the right to decide deficient or incorrect family planning methods, that's another important point, and wrong attitude and behavior towards the method, and the consequent unplanned pregnancies. This is a national population policy 2000 objective. It's immediate addressed unmet need. Why we have compliance in a family planning method is the number one thing. Number two, midterm the total fertility rate to the replacement level of 2.1 by 2010. That was the policy being given in 2000, and long-term population stabilization by 2045. The goal of family planning is basically does not mean limiting a number of people in a family, but preventing the pregnancy-related health. Number two, reducing the need of the unsafe abortion. And third is reducing infant mortality. Again, the goal of family planning is maternal health. When birth made at the interval less than 2 years, the babies are born with the frequent intervals they are low birth weight, there is a disability rate, their care becomes more difficult, and infant mortality increases. These are the key highlights of the family planning program, which India was the first country to launch the family program in 1952. It's really the very impressive thing all over the world. There's two things. One is the policy level and what at the service level. Policy level, target-free approach, voluntary adoption of the family planning method based on the felt need of the community, children by choice, not by chance. This is the policy level, but at service level, more emphasis on the spacing method, assuring the quality of services, what the methods they are available, what contraceptive methods they are using, and the service level, the expanding the contraceptive choice. It should not be only to the female oriented, it should be the both for the male, female, both oriented. At the service level, there is a family planning program, and at the policy level, there is a program. Now, the front line, the factors that affect the family planning, number one is the gender. This is the biggest problem in our country. Number two is the socio-cultural factor. Number third is what age the family planning should be there. Then the location, sometimes it's such a remote area, what is the environmental thing, how the fertility rate, and many more things are there. And the most important frontline factor which affect the family planning in this country is education. Right of education, whom to educate, how they are educated regarding the family planning. These are all the factors. But in future, we have seen that the unmet need of family planning. The concept has come the agenda in the recent years. These are referred to the women who have the ability to give birth before they have another child. Number one is to want to increase the interval of the births, or why do not want to have any other children means not. Number two, want to terminate their fertility. but do not use the contraceptive methods. This is the very important. They are not able to do the spacing, number one thing, and number two is when to terminate their pregnancy. The significant gap between the woman's reproductive preference and the use of contraception. This is the unmet need for the family planning, and this inconsistency is called unmet need for the family planning. Now, attitudes affecting family planning. This is another subject which we should be worried about. The attitude reverse the positive or negative feeling of the tendency. Number two, faith. Faith includes true or false information. I don't know what sort of faith, the religion-wise, the discrimination-wise, the gender-wise, there are so many things, and the faith-wise, and there are their own opinions and beliefs. They are based on the personal experimentation, and sometimes the external sources, they are giving the faith. So many are things. All variables affecting family planning causes the behavior to occur, and behaviors and attitude play a very important role in the family planning. Then attitudes and behavior, as again, this should be choosing a family planning method. The basis are the most attitudes depends on the childhood, what they have generally acquired. If they are the young female and in their family, the more preference being given to the son, that's in their mind. They will continue this type of childhood generally acquired. Same for the education, same for the food, same for the everything. They will have that who is getting more important in the family, that female thing. And the same for the boys. We also say beti padhao, beti bachao. It's now the beta padhao is more important. So another attitude. Then third, when it's a direct experience for the females or the males, and how it is reinforced, and limitation and social learning. Social learning is another important attitude and behavior problem, and the most important feature is one of they have developed, they are resistant to change. Once they have these ideas in their families, when they are born, how they have grew up, what is the situation, once they know about it, it's very, very difficult to change and emotionally empower them with information. That's who is going to be teach them is another point. So the attitudes affecting, there are three groups of the countries. Number one, they choose the male siblings. Male siblings are preferred due to certain criteria. And third is a no sexual preference systematically. So these are the different countries with divided. There is one country they just want male siblings. Then number two is they can have a female, but they want a male siblings due to certain criteria. And no sexual preferences systematically is another type of country. Then the strategy to prevent unmet need in pregnancy are, number one, how we can make more and more people to know about the family planning programs and what are the unintended pregnancy and how to prevent unintended pregnancy. Number one, by improving the quality of contraceptive counseling. Each and every gynecologist, each and every practicing OBGYN, or each and every practicing doctor should tell about the quality of contraceptive counseling is very, very important. Number two, identify the aspects of communication. It's a relational and the task-oriented. Now, and third is approaches for the optimizing the contraceptive counseling include working to develop a close trusting relationship. It's very, very important. A small group should come, like ASHA workers and all those should work in a very good trusting relationship to talk about the contraception. Then using a shared decision-making approach. If some group is using the contraception, like a cooperative or something, they should be able to take and give the shared decision. This is another approach, and responding to the patient preference. So we should give the basket of the contraception, and we should tell them which preference they'll have is another important. And the strategies providing the counseling about what are the side effects, how to promote the communication, and what is the adherence. Once they have used it, so how you have to adhere on that point. So compliance activities worldwide are support for the mission, improved communication, another important thing, systemic training for the staff, and assistance for the implementation of the partner staff is another important. It's not necessary that the person who is using the contraception is only the person who should be taught. It's a family program. It's really a family planning. So the whole family should be involved into this. Now, what is the voluntarism and informed choice? They are the guiding principles. Number are the voluntary, and second is the informed choice. Voluntary are the decisions based on the free choice and not obtained by any special inducements and forms of question. But informed choice is effective access of information on family planning method choices. Under these principles, people have opportunity to choose the specific family planning method. Individuals have Assess of the information, wide variety of the family planning choices, including what are the benefits, what are the health benefits, how they are going to help out. These are important, and the risk of the particular method. Now, what are the family planning compliance toolkit? The tool can contain 4 sections that provide a multiple key audience, consolidated, and essential information needed to train, how to implement, how to monitor, and how the principles of volunteerism inform choices. So section 1 is background. Section 2 is to make a capacity building. Number 3 is how to monitor. And number 4 is a sample communications tools. These are the National Family Program choices of the contraception. They have given under this. There are temporary methods. Then there are the permanent method. Temporary methods, condoms for the males, oral contraceptive pills, combined oral contraceptive pills. Then they have a Chaya emergency contraception pill. Then IUCD 380A and 375. There is an injectable MPA. Permanent method can be male sterilization, can be vasectomy or NSV, or female sterilization, meaning lap, laparoscopy are the choices. So the main important point is expansion of the basket of the family planning choices, because contraceptive choices are injectable. There can be a Centron, Chaya, and the progesterone only pills under pilot, and device IUCD 375 was introduced in the program 2012 and 13. Postpartum in IUCD was introduced in the program of 2010-11 and has provided postpartum with the effective spacing option. So how to make the ensure appliance, managing the symptoms, overcoming the side effects, reassurance, bridging the method. Then how to follow up. The follow-up is very, very important. And the male participation, not only the male participation, the full family participation is important. Now the conclusion, awareness of the family planning methods, along with their big benefits, minimal side effects, should be continuously and consistently and persistently tender way, should highlight it at various platforms. Regular, consistent public forum on family planning should be held at all levels. And universally highlighting the immense benefits, it should be talk of the town. The way polio eradication was there in all languages, preferably the mother tongue. So thank you so much for the patient listening. And today's topic is very, very important for the stabilization of the population, stabilization, and in future. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.